Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. Light cruiser Danyang, one of the last two Yangzhang class light cruisers, once again up against an Austrian light cruiser. I don't think the Austrians have a lot of more ships left. No, they're bringing more. Never mind, they're sending more. So they're not out of ships yet. Well, definitely not. They got a huge bunch of them in the Mediterranean, but for some reason they're not sending the major task forces over to me. Let's see. Some damage previously sustained. I think after this I'm gonna send the Danyang to port for some repair. If she survives, but she's done okay in these matches before. Let's see, 12.5 kilometer range. 1.2 inches of armor. Yeah, we can take you on at range. Kudos. Let's bring you down to cruising speed. And let's see, what's the range now? 21 kilometers. I'm going to close in a little bit. There you go. Now use AP. "14 kilometers. I think that's close enough. Their conning tower is out. There you go. A little bit of flooding. Some more flooding. Gotten a little bit closer than I wanted to just yet. Maybe we're just gonna close in at this point and use our forward firepower. Because she's pretty much done. Yeah, main tower is out, and she's flooding out. Very nice. Not a single scratch taken. Definitely beating the curse of the Yangzhang class light cruisers. Let's see, where is she? Is that you? Danyang, yes. You've earned some rest. Been on station quite a while now. Let's see, what do we have here? I got some spare ships, don't I? Yeah, I do. These are the, let's see, Timus, yes. Invasion fleet. Go. One battleship and a heavy cruiser. We got 4 Sheens. Should be able to take that on. French battlecruiser, where are you headed? Single Spanish ships. What do we have here? American battlecruiser. Okay. Looks like I gotta go defend my ally again. Oof. Yeah, no, I don't think my invasion of Eastern India will succeed. Just because Bangladesh has taken it. Let's start an invasion of Guam. I think I've been meant to do that for a little while now. There we go, Guam. So that's unfortunate. Bangladesh taking my prize. If they do, I want to try and take Western India instead. Although Eastern India was the one I really wanted. It's worth more. And I won't have to extend my transport network to the Arabian Sea. Let's see. Austria-Hungary. They're still not doing anything with their massive navy. Just hanging around. Spain does not have a good chance at taking Sweden. Although they are sending more ships. Norway is actually taking Western Sweden. That's funny. Problem is, if I want to send some ships up here to deal with this, they're gonna have to go all the way around. They might make it in time, but I'm not sure. So let's just go into next month, shall we? Aren't you gonna engage these guys? This light cruiser? It's sailing away though. If I can just see where this one is headed. That's going up there. This is going up there. Okay, so we're gonna encounter some Spanish ships. Some Spanish ships up there. Like, no matter what. Alright. December. And the war continues with Austria-Hungary. Soviet Union really likes me. Some admirals getting warned and replaced. Got no defense against this single DD. Here we go. Another Massachusetts class battleship. Big guns, terribly slow, not much armor. 2 Tacomas and some DDs. Ammunition is a little bit short, so we're going to turn the guns off until we close in. That enemy battleship is going to outrange me anyway. Let's see, am I going to use my my DDs for this? Probably not. It's not a big task force. Light cruiser can do donuts here until needed. In fact, the DDs can do that too. Because I might need them. I don't think I will, but you never know. Yeah, they all got the same amount of ammunition. Not really getting a lot of resupplies monthly. Yeah, we're just gonna have to turn it. Okay, I will use my DDs. Some damage taken. Let's get to within like 30 kilometers before actually opening fire. Okay, some of you have, no, do not switch targets. Good to see. Okay, secondaries on the DD. Here come the first torpedoes. We avoid those. Let's see. We can spread out the torpedo love a little bit here. Okay, not all you. Torpedo. 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 And torpedo. So 2 on the battleships and 2 battleship, and 2 on that light cruiser. And the DDs get away. Let's just pause and detach you so these guys can speed up a little bit more. That heavy cruiser is finding itself right in the path of a bunch of torpedoes aimed at the battleship. It sank before getting hit though. Okay, all of you. Big guns on the battleship. We did score some torpedo damage. I'm not sure if New Mexico is going to take any torpedoes though. Did we take some torpedoes? I think we might have. 2 torpedoes on Jintang. 1 on Xusheng. But we did score 2 on New Mexico. Let's see, Zhenjiang, you've taken some kind of hit. You're also going somewhere else. These two will be hunting the battleship. After first gunning down the Compton. Purely because I think my machines are gonna run out of ammo before being able to sink the New Mexico. The escorting DDs and light cruisers just did a pretty good job preventing my battleships from getting closer. Can we kill the Compton? Which is out of torpedoes, so at least I don't have to worry about that. What kind of armor did it have? Come on, let me select it. Come on. There we go, 1.1. And like so, maybe? There you go. Hoping I got one without that little icon there. New Mexico actually sinks. Alright. What did her in? Yeah, a couple of really good 16-inch hits. Well, in that case, just use your torpedoes for this. It's difficult to get with the guns. And bring in the battleships. And take care of the remaining DDs and light cruiser with the 7-inch secondaries. They are hunting my my DDs though. Okay, actually got a torpedo hit on Compton. Not bad. If I'm lucky, might even get Salt Lake City and Merrill. That would be something. Let's take out the light cruiser first. Actually, Merrill has a full load of torpedoes. There we go. No, you're out of 7-inch too. You guys have really been in the thick of it, haven't you? Well, I got plenty of 5-inch guns. Should be able to take care of business. Especially if they start loading AP. And there we go. Maneuver, just because I think Merrill actually launched some torpedoes at the end there. So that's a victory. Some damage taken to my battleships that probably should not have been sustained. But I was busy playing with my DDs. 2 enemy destroyers. Bangladesh is still not taking Eastern India. I might have time to take it. Very much depending on how the Bangladesh land offensive goes. If they can get delayed for a couple of months, my naval invasion might have time to succeed. And I decided to give them a sporting chance. I was just gonna let the Mudang deal with them on her own. So here we are, already skipped ahead to when the firing started, and they got spotted. Let's see if we can land a 20-inch shell on a DD. That should be a one-shot kill, right? Chance to hit is not amazing, but secondary's opening up. Secondaries can target the other one. Secondary's already scoring hits. 20-inch guns, almost, yeah, about 40% chance to hit. There we go. That's about what I would expect a 20-inch shell, high explosive, to do to a DD. And the 7-inch secondary is already taking care of the other one. Mudang has a lot of 7-inch guns, in case you were not aware. That is 1 mounted centrally, and well, 1 quad turret and 4 quad turrets on each flank. That is 20 7-inch barrels able to fire to either side. It's basically a couple of light cruisers worth of secondary broadside. And there it goes. But there's more work to do. Cummings. Sure. And this is the kind of battle I would be very, very tempted to just auto-resolve, but I know that would result in stupid amounts of damage taken to my entire task force. So, not gonna fall for the temptation. Instead, we're just gonna play it out. I sent the rest of the task force home. Retreating in fear from the Cummings. Chuzhou will have to take it on by herself. Torpedo destroyed. Did not launch, I think. Let's just be on the safe side. Maybe they got destroyed after the launching. But now, without torpedoes, really no threat. Range guns actually doing respectable work. And there we go. 7.9s though. They're the real MVP. And we got one more. 2 Spanish galleons. Tiny galleons. We got the Wenju. We got 3 of the Jing'an class. What do you call them? Like light heavy cruisers? Medium cruisers, maybe? They're actually treaty compliant. Less than 10,000 tons. Like most treaty compliant heavy cruisers, though, they do leave a little bit to be desired in well, pretty much every aspect. But they are cheap. Are we gonna go single ship combat with the Wenju? Might as well. The Jing'ans are not any faster. I think Wenju has better tower spotting too. Certainly more effective guns and secondaries. We've opened up at 30 kilometers. That's gonna hit. And secondaries on the leading DD. Cruising speed. Well, 6-inch guns were in range, but they switched ammo. Make it a couple of hits here. Now both of them are damaged. Now let's try closing in a little bit more. The secondary is going to score any more hits. They haven't done too much, but we've been very much at the end of their range. Well, they're starting to work now. What kind of torpedoes do Spanish DDs have? 24-inch, 14-kilometer electric torpedoes. Do they only have one? No, they got 2 triples. That's not too bad. Of course, downside of electric torpedoes are that they don't have the best range, and they are very, very slow. But the advantage is, well, you basically don't see them coming. I think we're gonna end the last DD right about now. Right about now. There we go. kind of expected. Also, impressively low cost. That kind of goes with the territory when you only make your DD go at 27.4 knots. Let's see what's going on with the invasions and stuff. 11 transports in Southeast Asia. How? Netherlands wants to buy one Headset class battlecruiser. Yeah, that's the tiny. That's the cheap one. They can have one of those. Gia class battleship. That's another cheap one. 120% profit, and it's only taken up 34,000 tons. Chao Long class battleship. That's a slightly bigger boy, but 116% profit. Sure. There's a lot of stuff going on. Spain failed to take Sweden. Nice. 11 transports in Southeast Asia. Do they really have ships like that? 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that how it works now is you just need to have the needed tonnage, and then it's going to be 100%. You don't have to have like double or triple that amount anymore. Wasn't there some American ship headed here? Are they like hiding behind my own fleet? That is strange, because it says that the US has 66,000 tons in the invasion circle, but I can't see a single ship. Weird. Let's see, like so. Danyang still repairing. Any others? Send out a Karame class and deal with the submarine here. And you can go and intercept these. That should work. 86%, yeah, so they're being pushed back slightly. But can they be held off for 5 months, though? That's the question. Also, I have a light cruiser out here. Can probably deserve to get some time off. Or belay that. We're gonna go beat up on a single DD. Now, while my shipyards are full, they're not going to be full for that much longer, because a bunch of ships are just a couple of months off from being completed or being repaired. So I think it's time to design a new heavy cruiser, because I do need more of those. I got 33, but many of them are the very cheap Qing'an class. And also I'm building a lot of new battleships and battlecruisers, so basically I need heavy cruisers, I think. I've not built anything on this hull yet. Experimental heavy cruiser, 9,500 tons. That is, well, it's going to be treaty compliant. I think 30 knots is the best we can do. And even that might actually be pushing it. Royal 1, let's go turbo electric. Just because there's a lot of advantages to that. I can try with the biggest tower. That's a neat looking tower. And something like this. And something like that. Well, it's starting to look like something. Range is pretty good. We can even reduce it quite a bit. Now, what kind of main guns can we mount? I've been toying with the idea of using... Okay. The 11-inch guns are a little big. Even singles, they don't really fit here. How about 10s? No? You don't fit there either. I'm using the biggest one, yes. And like all the main towers are like this with built-in barbettes. 9-inch guns. Why don't you like that? Oh, because you're in the way. The rear tower is nicer to mount things on. And this secondary tower, dual barbette tower 3. How about the wide barbette tower? That also fits. Okay. I think we gotta rethink this. Because the AI has been doing pretty well with those heavy cruisers with single guns. Well, single barrel guns. Of pretty big caliber. So I think I want to try and emulate that. Gonna fit a turret on that. And I might as well just put some secondaries on the built-in barbettes. No, you don't fit there. I can put an 11 on the secondary tower. I cannot put one back here. Fine, down to 10. This one fits. So we're moving this further back again. Oh, that's so annoying. The built-in barbette is just not tall enough to let me superfire. If I put it like that, when building it, it works. And I think it will work in battle. It's just gonna look a little bit weird in the shipbuilder. So we're gonna move everything a little bit further aft. I'm gonna find a slightly bigger barbette. Because of that breakwater here, things won't fit. I'm just gonna see if that yes, it will fit on that. There. Come on, I had you. Like so. We're just gonna have to cheese it. Okay? Hopefully it's gonna work and not be broken. Guess only time will tell. Put some 5-inch secondaries. There. And can I put barbettes, secondary barbettes here? No? No? No. Like so. That's fine. We're very close to the weight limit though. Because the game assigned me a lot of armor on these turrets. I don't think they need that much armor. Like, not nearly this much armor. So weight can be saved there. Weight can be saved on the main deck. Certainly on the fore and aft decks. Uh, 7.7 on the main belt. That's okay. There we go. Some weight has been reclaimed. Yeah, it's a weird looking boat, but hopefully it'll work. I do want to add some length to the 10-inch guns though. They're going to be made for long range accuracy. Anti-torp. Okay, yeah, we're gonna blow the budget here. Citadel 3, saving money. At least it's not expensive. Increased ammo, of course, because you really do need that. Flash fire 5.2%. That is doable. Semi-auto. This is where we add yet more weight to an already overweight ship. What kind of ASW can we get out of this? 1518. We're 32% overweight though, so this is just not gonna work. Is it? How about geared turbines? That saves me 10%. It also ruins my range. and ASW actually. You can go with double bottom, anti-torp 1, mini bulkheads. Also, it's now super expensive. Where did all the weight get added? Probably from this, right? All the cost, I mean. Let's go advanced radar, radio. Yeah, no, we're just way overweight. I think it's because the hull is, yeah, max optimal speed. It's not great. Of course, if I reduce speed further, like so, it's very slow for a heavy cruiser, but if its mission is just to follow the Timus, I even had to remove that turret because it was blocking the already cramped B turret. If it's just gonna follow the Timus around, it really doesn't need to be faster than 24 knots, does it? .41 caliber. .45. That's more like it. 21-second reload. Still pretty good. And we still get some accuracy out of this. Okay. I guess it can be kind of like a coastal defense heavy cruiser. It can take on enemy light cruisers and probably some heavy cruisers as well. And it's cheap and light enough that I can just have them sitting around not being of much use most of the time. But obviously a cruiser going only 24 knots, I could make it a little bit faster, but there'd be no point to it. It would still be too slow to keep up with the fast battleships and battlecruisers and other heavy cruisers. So if it's gonna be slower than that, it might as well be as slow as a Timu. Right? That's my rationale for the 24 knot top speed. I could also knock off a funnel or reduce the funnels down to medium funnel 2 or standard funnel. Yeah, they do fit, but honestly they don't look as good. I think 2 wide funnels, I think that was it, just to have something that looks decent. Okay, I'm not really happy with this, but I guess we can say it's kind of built to serve a purpose. Maybe not a very purposeful purpose, but it's something. Let's do something else. Let's clear that thing away. I just hope those turrets actually work, end up working in battle and not being broken. But I think that once they start firing at range and, you know, the gun starts elevating, they should be able to turn. if they don't, it's not as if it's the end of the world if I build a couple of mostly useless heavy cruisers when they're that cheap. Well, it's back to the compact heavy cruiser. Same hull we built the Chingan class on, which is here. 424 million. Let's see. Let's see if we can see, 30 knots is doable. I don't think I can make this go 35. Or can I? Hull form 81. Yeah, it really is only the modern heavy cruiser 1 that's a decent heavy cruiser hull available to China. But turbo electric. It's good and it's cheap. They do have good tower spotting though, the mini advanced tower. So we got that tower. And I want to try and do what I just did with the other one. Just see if I can make it better. Same concept, but hopefully better. Come on, will you actually not leave me with a gap? There we go. Maybe this tower. There we go. Yeah, same concept. Large caliber single barrel guns. For accuracy. Kind of do 11s on this. Not on these barbettes. Those Chinese 11-inch turrets are massive. Will it fit on that one? Yes, that barbette works. Looks a little bit wonky because the turret is kind of overhanging, but there we go. And I don't even have to do any shenanigans with turning the turret sideways. So far, we're off to a better start. But I do wonder if just the simple medium barbette might be better. What? Why don't you fit here? Let's add a little bit to the beam, shall we? Okay, maybe we do have to go down to 10-inch guns. There we go. That works. The 10-inch gun is still pretty good, though. Pretty punchy. Bit of a 4-weight offset. But there we go. That is some decent firepower. We go down to 0 here. That still works. Yes. Yes. But again, I do fear we're gonna run out of displacement. Let's not worry too much about survivability here. It's not really what we're here for. There we go. that main deck was much thicker than it needed to be. Okay. 6.4, I guess, is the maximum armor on the belt. Might as well do it all over on all the belts. We're not going to worry about the Citadel layers. 150 million. .46 caliber gun. Let's do 45 to begin with, like we did on the other one. I can save a little bit of weight by reducing the barbette protection and reducing the range. And the quarters, actually. These will be all about the firepower and not much else. The Chingons had basically one job: follow the battleships and just add their firepower to the mix, and also provide some ASW. 2029. That's very, very good. Sadly, it's now also overweight. So, let's see what we can do about that. Deck armor is already pitiful. Yeah, it can receive deck penetrations from equal caliber guns. Only 6% overweight though, so we're not that far off. $1,800 ASW with sonar 2, 1732. 2000 ASW is very, very good. Without RDF, we're down to 1669. 1866 with radio 1. Okay, submarines have kind of stopped being a huge problem for me, so I can actually reduce the ASW score, and I would also like to have just a couple of secondary guns on these. I guess you can call them monitors. 425 million, so they're more expensive than the Liaobei. But they can also go 30 knots, which is something the Liaobei cannot do. If I were to go with diesels, no. If I were to go with gear turbines too, no longer overweight. But a little bit more expensive, less range. ASW 1225, 1291 with turbo electric. But I can reduce some of this stuff. Because the turbo electric drive gives me a lot of benefits to that kind of maneuverability anyway. Yeah, we're very close now. Only 43 tons overweight, which is not the worst thing. Let's do 6 on the fore and aft belts, and yeah, we can reduce turret armor a little bit more, I think. It's risky, of course. It does have a flash fire chance that is not 0. 397 million. How useful this is actually gonna be, I don't know. but it is cheap. And it's got pretty good guns. Not amazing guns, but they're okay. Sure. What kind of resistance? Probably very bad. Yeah, 68. Minus 13% gun damage. That's basically nothing. Granted, I didn't build it for resistance, but yeah, it's gonna take some damage if it starts taking hits. I don't really like this either. It's basically just there to add another 4 10-inch guns that are hopefully kind of accurate and can make some use of their ammunition before they run out. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I should probably just build, if I wanted to build an actual good heavy cruiser design. Not that I think it's relevant, because not sure how much longer this campaign is going to last. And I do have a pretty huge navy already. But I do think modern heavy cruiser 1 is the one actual decent heavy cruiser hull that China has access to. You can make them fast, you can make them tough, you can add a lot of firepower. I'm just gonna quickly build one now. Come here, you. Like so. I think we're just gonna build one now. Just a quick design. Oil 1, turbo electric. Just because it's so good for what you get, and it's even one of the cheapest options. Main guns, we're gonna go double 10s. And we're actually gonna have a another turret here. Ten 10-inch guns. That's decent level of firepower. Okay, we got a bit of a forward offset. Might actually go just a regular old ABXY. Now we'll see what I do with the placement of those. Decent anti-torp. I want triple bottom. Resistance is not bad, 124. Minus 50%. I think I'm gonna go Citadel 5 though, anyway. Double capped. We're gonna go heavy shells, increased ammo, because it's mandatory. Semi-auto, so it doesn't just waste away all the ammunition outright. ASW is... how good can I get it if I max it out? 859, not very good. So might as well just keep it. Not amazing. Let's go 11, 9, 5 on the turrets. Main deck, you're stupidly thick. Even 4 inches might be more than I think I need. Oh, the main deck. Already underweight. Uh, 9 on the main belt then. 6 on the fore and aft. 1 on the fore and aft deck. This belt armor here is probably thicker than it needs to be. Am I just gonna ignore the inner belts? I think I will. A little bit of conning tower as well, for good measure. Let's see. Flash fire challenge 3.1%. Range is very, very good. We can reduce some of this stuff. Probably drop down the anti-torp 1 notch as well. Fujian. I think I'll keep the name. Guns will have to be lengthened. 45 caliber. Nice number. Decent accuracy. Better accuracy, in fact, than the single-inch, single-barrel guns on the last 2 abominations that we just made. Drop this down just a little bit, so it's closer in. That leaves us with a pretty big 4 belt, but all in all, not too bad. Let's see, secondary guns, because we always end up having to rely on the secondary guns. These can be like there. And I guess, do the 4-inch guns fit anywhere? No. 3? 3s? Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of armor on these 5-inch guns. How long are they? 38s. Do they fit if I max out the barrel length? There we go. Also 45. So still not very long, but a little bit longer. And then that lets me put some barbette armor on them. Not much, but a little bit. 3-inch guns are super short. 35 calibers. Let's make them 40s at least. And there we go. So they can also start gunning down some DDs before they approach my battleships. Price tag just under 600 million. But we get twice the firepower of a Yangwei or a Liaobei for less than twice the cost, and on a much better platform that can go faster, is tougher, more accurate, amazingly, just because, you know, tower stats and hull stats and all that stuff. I think this is the ticket. I think we're building another one of these heavy cruisers that is very similar looking to some other heavy cruisers we have. I'm just going to increase the fore and aft belts a little bit more. Can I just do a uniform 9-inch belt? I almost can. I can do 8 on the fore and afts. Just so we don't end up taking a lot of flooding damage when fighting enemy cruisers. And there we are. That's a decent, I think a decent heavy cruiser. I think this is what we're gonna build, not the Liaobei and Yangwei. Even though, yes, it's more expensive, but I've gotten money out the wazoo, so it doesn't really matter. But that's it. That's it for this episode. finally made another class of heavy cruiser that is, I think, quite decent. Well, I've made pretty much the same ship a couple of times before, so I know it's going to work. Goodbye, and take care.